Welcome back to the channel. We're going to actually do some guitar work. I've been working on motorcycles so much lately. Going to do something a little easier today. We're going to set up this Fender, well, the Squier Bronco. We're going to set it up. First thing we'll do, it's the person who owned it, I don't think they ever played it. Never was really played or set up. And the first thing we'll do is we'll check it out, see what it needs, and then make it play as good as it can play. What do you think? Before we start that, I need you to help me with something. Thank you so much for that. Now we're going to get going on this Bronco. Let's do it. The ends of these frets are brutal. Very brutal. And you can see the action is brutal. And of course, the nut's brutal too. Everything's brutal on this baby. And I spy a little bit of a, look at that. You know what that is? Little bird's eyes. Look at, wow. This thing's got to be worth $5,000. Well, that's kind of cool to see that. All right, I got a capo on the first fret. I'll stick my finger there, and then you can see how much relief we got approximately. That's a lot of relief. So we'll try the truss rod and see what we can do. Okay, the truss rod was totally loose. You know what? I should probably, well, I'll just turn it a little bit, then we'll worry about tuning it. Who needs tuning? Okay, I've got this up high. And you see, I got the capo on the first fret. So what I'm going to do is I'll put my finger on there. And then we'll check for relief. I'm just going to hold my finger on there now. Here, check the relief out. Here, I'll use my other hand. See that? There's almost none. Now watch what happens when we get to the G string. Hold it down. I'm over here holding it down. Check this out. Look at all the relief. So this neck has a twist, it kind of has a bow on the G side, and on the E it kind of doesn't. So I'm not going to say it's twisted, but it's kind of jacked up. When you look down it, I tried to take pictures, but when you look down the neck, you know, with the E string, it's a straight edge, and the G string, you can see that this side's pretty decent, but on this side, there's relief in it. So we have to work around that. It doesn't mean we can't get it to play too good. The good part is that the little bow in the neck is near this part of the fretboard. It's not so much near the E. So I lowered the action down, and obviously the nut needs to be cut, and the frets are very sharp. So we'll address all those, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, this is actually my bass, and I paid $70 for it. It's unplayed. There's no fretwear at all on it. It's got a couple of little dings in it, so somebody was messing with it, but they didn't really play it. And I was in a hurry. I had my wife. I just came back from the vet with 2 dogs, and I met the guy outside, and I didn't really look it over all that good. It was a $70 bass, so I didn't get too excited about it. Of course, addressing the frets will if I felt like doing it. It's funny because my setup that involves dressing the frets, polishing the frets, doing the action, doing the nut, doing the intonation, it's $140. It's twice as much as I paid for this guitar. I find that kind of amusing. But anyway, it doesn't mean I can't get it to play decently. And it's a stinking short scale, so it won't, these kind of irregularities in the neck, I think they mean a little bit less when you have a really short scale. I think you can kind of work around it. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is I'll probably cut the nut first. We'll cut the nut, and then I'm going to play it and make sure it doesn't really buzz at the string height I've got. I'll cut the nut and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so it's not really buzzing too bad there. So now I'm going to cut the nut down. And then I'll decide if I want to like dress these frets a little bit. Definitely the ends are so scratchy. I mean, it doesn't play all that bad for having relief on one side and not much on the other. It's not too bad. Look at the gap right there. Wow, it's like all up the neck. It's sharp. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to fix that because that's no bueno. There's lots of ways to do this, I guess. I'm just kind of going this way and then rolling it up so I can get the side of it. At least that's what I'm doing today. I might do it different another day. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dress these frets. I'm going to dress them. I'm going to take a lot out up here. I'm going to look up this neck, really get a good look at it. And, you know, where it needs it the most, this side is pretty straight. This side here, let me get you in on this. This side here, this is all pretty straight all along here. It's the little end that's a little, it's just got a little, it's funny how the neck is straight on the one side and it's bowed on the other because it's kind of twisted a little bit. Twisted sister! Remember those videos? All right, I got it all masked off with blue marker on top of the frets, and because the black is all gone, that's why I use blue. But anyway, we know that on this side there's a bow, and we know on this side it's pretty straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a lot more down here, and even on the lower side I'm going to do it a lot more like this. I'm going to go over it with my file, and with the blue marker on top, I'll know that I've kissed each fret. Okay, now I haven't finished yet, but right away, as soon as I start going over this side of it, the side that we know has the little bow in it, it was taking a lot of meat out up here. So I want to continue to do that. I don't want to see any blue like here. And then we'll try it with the fret rocker and see how it looks. Yeah, see, I put the blue marker on again, and I've only done it a little bit. And look at that last fret. It's got no marker on it. So we know this is kind of a high fret because we know it goes like this at the end. It's kind of like that. So I'm going to work that down a little bit. And we'll try to get that side as straight as we can get it. So I went over it with the fret rocker, and here's what I found. Where are we here? We got a little bit there. Quite a bit there. A little touch there. Here. And a little bit there. No big deal. So we'll sand those down. And then we'll start dressing these frets. All right, I decided I'm going to go over everything with 400. Then I'll fine tune the high spots. Because, you know, they're pretty scratchy from the file. We're going to go over with some brasso, and then the frets will be done. Huh. It's just a strap pickup with a cover on it, really. Look, it's got the 6 pole pieces. That's all it looks like to me. So, oh yeah, that's pretty loose. I'm going to tighten that up. Maybe shoot some cleaner in the pots just because it's open. Sure does look like a strap pickup to me. Well, I have it together. I've adjusted it a bit. It's far superior. Dressing a lot right here really made a difference. The intonation, I know. I gotta do that yet. Oh yeah. Way off. Okay, I'm going to set the intonation. First, I want to show you the action so you can see the difference. Okay, here at the first fret, I could go down a bit on these last 2 strings. Could definitely go down. And here's the action up here. 12th fret. Okay, usually you do this with the guitar on your lap, but I just wanted you to be able to see the tuner. Okay, so let's see when we press the 12th fret. Try not to push down on the guitar. So this, it's got to go that way. And there's only, they kind of share the same screw, the E and the A, and the D and the G. So I'm going to loosen the strings a little bit. And let's get that saddle. Ooh. Get that saddle moved. Oh yeah. Loosen these strings a bit. I don't know if this is the right screwdriver. It's a Phillips head. Yeah, it doesn't feel that good. I might have to go dig through some of my Phillips to get the right size. Let's try this one. Remember what Scotty said, the right tool for the right job. It's like none of them fit this. Let's try a big one. Okay, the big one works. Got to really push on it. I loosened the string so there wouldn't be too much force. So now we're gonna. This is not awkward at all. Tune her up. Tuners are good on this guitar. Can't get over it. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Oh my gosh. So they're getting closer, so it's got to go that way. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to just take the camera out of my way and do it on my lap. But you see how it went. The strings, when they're in tune, see how it's in the middle? Come on, go in the middle, would you? And then when you push the 12th fret, if it's sharp, the saddle goes that way. If it was flat, the saddle goes that way. It's real simple. So the intonation is pretty much spot on. I really had to, it took forever. I had to move this back so many times. This is a nice playing little bass for 70 bucks. Of course, I had to work on it. Here's the nut. Yeah, it's just so easy to play because, I mean, it's such a short scale. It's light. Yeah, I mean, the way it comes from the factory is kind of crappy. It is crappy. But once you set it up, there's a huge difference. And it's not like it exactly had a perfect neck either. It's just really odd to see almost no relief here, and then you have quite a bit of relief there. So let's get a look at what the relief looks like now. Okay, I put my finger down here, the E string, like almost nothing. And then, here, let's check this out. I think it's better. Dressing the frets at this end. Yeah, this is a pretty good $70 bass. And you wouldn't have a sore back. It's odd that it looks like a Strat pickup. It's got like 6 slugs. 6 slugs, you know what I'm saying? 6 slugs. So, I don't know, my guess would be it's just a Strat pickup in there. But I mean, it's playing through a, this is my new shop amp. It's a GFX 15 crate in my little Fender cabinet from, I believe, the 80s, maybe very early 90s with a 10-inch speaker. So it's not exactly a bass amp, but it's just a test amp anyway. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. And I'm glad that you came by to check out this setup. I mean, I appreciate it.